There's a huge difference between businesses that solve a problem and businesses that fulfill a fantasy.
Ah, okay.
And luxury goods are fulfilling a fantasy, and that's what copywriting in a luxury space should be doing, as well as the imagery and everything. It's where really like the vibe of a brand comes strongly into play in luxury goods things, and that's why you'll see they're actually very minimal on text, and they're very much focused on selling a vibe. Um, and so I actually don't think that copywriting is like a super important factor for most
Right.
luxury brands or e-commerce brands where people are making snap decisions. Where I focus on is considered purchases, like people who really agonize over this stuff. And even in B2B, they form committees to decide what software to buy, right, for their business.
Right.
And
Yes.
so copywriting is so much more important in those fields. And so that's why I focus on that.
Understood. Yeah, no, I think that's a great differentiator because I didn't think of that when I was asking the question, but now that you answer it, it's like, well, duh. Like, how does this not make sense? Like you're basically pitting a luxury versus a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
So and obviously B2B software is not always all necessity, but it's one of those things where it's like you either stay afloat or you just have like a really nice watch or a purse or a Hermes Apple Watch band or whatever the case might be. um,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So you always want to be positioning everything. If you are solving a problem, it needs to be a need to have, not a nice to have. If it's a nice to have, then it doesn't matter.
Understood. It doesn't matter so much in terms of like the copywriting standpoint, correct?
Yeah. I mean, and if you are like literally like solving a problem, but your
Hmm.
position as a nice to have, then there's no urgency to buy you. And people are serial procrastinators, right? So like even things that I know that I want, I will not buy it until like it's too late. And so there needs to be like an urgency factor in these purchases, which is why, and luxury brands do this as well, which is why they limit like that they make it so scarce, and they like
Yes.
put like bags in these like Chanel stores, and they don't even tell the employees how many bags they're going to receive this week. It's like, cool, I've got three here. I don't know when we're going to get more. Like it's engineering urgency, right? And
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
for B2B and problem solving things. It's like, well, we need to make you aware of how big of a problem this is and how much you're losing by not having our software. Otherwise, you won't be motivated to book a demo or go to the next step.
Yeah, I think the best example of that, of the luxury goods being scarce, is the diamond industry. It's